So what we're going to discuss about is one solution, no solution, and infinite solutions. So for example, let's go ahead and actually take a look at an infinite solution example. With infinite solutions or no solution, what usually happens is that the letter X, Y, A, B, or D, it usually disappears from the equation. And if that's the case, then you end up with either infinite solutions or no solutions. So for example, let's actually try to solve this problem right here. You try to get x by itself. So you get, let's just move this x over here. So you subtract 4x on both sides. And that leaves you with 4 equals, cross that out, 4. Now it is very true that 4 equals 4. And to be honest, to really do anything, if I were to add 2 to both sides, I would get 6 equals 6. If I were to try to do anything to both sides, it doesn't matter what I do, this will always be true. And so therefore this categorizes as infinite solutions. Okay. Now there's also one solution, and that's the one that you have been seeing for most part. You have a two-step equation like this, right? And as you isolate the letter by subtracting 4 on both sides, and 4x, this cancels out. 8 minus 4 is 4. You divide 4 on both sides, and you're left with x equals 1. 4 divided by 4 is 1. This is the only solution that makes this equation true. Because if you look at this right here, if x, so that means it's 4 times 1 plus 4 gives me 8. And that's true. But that's the only number that makes it true, and that's why they call it one solution. But what about no solutions? Well, it's similar to infinite solutions, except there's one big difference. So if we were to, again, try to get x on one side, we got x on both sides. You have subtract 4x on both sides, and you got 4 equals, this cancels out as well, 3. Now, does 4 equal 3? It does not. And if you look at it closely, right, it doesn't matter what you do to both sides, you never, ever will get them to equal each other. Just as 4 don't equal 3, 6 doesn't equal 5. So they call this no solutions. So those are the 3 scenarios that you're going to be running into. Okay. If it's either no solution or infinite solutions, the letter disappears. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these problems. If we could. If we go ahead and look at this problem right quick, we're going to distribute the 7 to both 2 and 5v. So we're going to simplify both sides. So 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 5v is 35v equals 3v plus 14. So we need to move v to one side. So in this case, we're going to move 3v by subtracting 3 to v to both sides. This will give me, I'm going to write the 14. 14, 35v minus 3v is 32v equals 14. 14 over here. And then I subtract 14 on both sides. And 32v equals 0. 32v, I'm gonna move this over here. 32v equals 0. So I'm gonna divide 32 on both sides. And v equals, anything dividing into 0 is 0. V equals 0. So the letter did not disappear. That's the letter right there. And the solution is 0. That's the only solution that will make this equation work. Okay, so that's one. So let's go ahead and try number 5. We got 7. We're gonna first rewrite the left-hand side. So 30 plus 6p equals 7 times p is 7p. 7 times 6 is 42 equal 5. Okay. And then over here we got we're gonna just combine like terms on this side. Rewrite the left side though. So 30 plus 6p equals, and what is 42 minus 5? So 7p. 42 minus 5 is 37. 37. Now I need to move these p's. I'm gonna move these p's over here. I'm gonna subtract 6p. I'm gonna move the 6p instead. I'm gonna move it by subtracting 6p on both sides. That gives me 30 cancel out equals 7 minus 6p, which is p, and we're gonna drop 37. Okay. Then we got one more step. We're going to subtract 37 on both sides. We're trying to isolate the p still. Okay, so 30 minus 37 is negative 7 equals p. Okay, so negative 7 equals p. So again, there's a letter there and it equals something. So therefore it is one solution. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this problem right here. This is number 2. And this side, of course, is already simplified. So 36 minus 7p equals, now we're going to distribute. Negative 7 times p is negative 7p. Negative 7 times negative 5 is positive 35. Okay. Both sides are simplified, so we have to move these p's. Yeah. We're going to move one of the p's. We're going to move this p. So what is the opposite of subtracting? Adding. So we're going to add 7p to both sides. We're going to add 70p to both sides. And something's going to happen here now. We're going to drop the 36. This is a 7p, excuse me, 7p. All right, so these cancels out. I drop the equal sign. These cancels out, and I get 35. Now, does 35 equal 36? It does not. And a matter of fact, I'm gonna put a cross through it because it don't equal. If I were to try to manipulate the equation by adding 2 to both sides, right? That's 38 equals 37. Okay, let me multiply It really, it don't matter what I do to both sides. It just, it'll never be equal to each other. So it's no solution. Okay, so we have another problem here. Um, this is first we're going to distribute both sides. Not both sides, excuse me. We're not going to distribute both sides. We're just going to distribute the left side because we got parentheses. The right hand side though is already simplified. So we're going to distribute the 4 to k and negative 8. So that'll be 4k minus 32 equal negative 32 plus 4k. Okay, so um, again, we got the variable on both sides, so we need to get it on one side. What we're going to do is we're going to subtract 4k to both sides. Like, for example, if I wanted to move this k over there, it's positive, so I subtract 4k, but I have to do it to both sides. But you're going to notice something that's going to happen, okay? This is going to cancel out, and then 32, negative 32 equals negative 32, and this is going to cancel out. So really, it don't matter. It doesn't matter what I do at this point. Negative 32 equals negative 32. If I multiply 2 to both sides, right? If I multiply 2 to both sides, then it would be negative 64 equals negative 32 times 2, negative 64. If I add or subtract anything on both sides, doesn't matter what I do, it is always true. So therefore, this is infinite solutions.